One, two, three. Hello, everybody. I'm Don Finn. I am the editor of the COABE Journal, and it's my pleasure to welcome you to this author interview. Today, we're joined by two of three authors in a work that is being featured in our current edition of the COABE Journal, which is called Programs Succeed When Learners Lead. This edition of the journal focuses in on articles that have to do with student leadership and fostering leadership skills and opportunities in students. And the article subject of this video is entitled Student Leadership Through Community Engaged Learning, the Novation Project. And I'm very pleased that we have Marcia and Erin with us today. So let me go ahead and toss it to you, Marcia, if you'd like to introduce yourself.
Oh, certainly. My name is Marcia Luptak, and I am the Associate Dean of Elgin Community College, of adult education, I should say, at Elgin Community College in Elgin, Illinois.
And my name is Erin Vobornik. I'm a part-time ESL faculty member at Elgin Community College as well.
Thank you so much for introducing yourselves, and I'm really excited to hear a little bit more about the article that you have co-authored. So let me just start right with a very basic question. Why did you write this article for the COABE Journal?
So before I get to that point, I do want to just mention that Justyna Szwed was a co-author here on the article with us. She's an adult learner who participated in this program. And so I want to make sure that we kind of highlight her voice as well, because she wasn't able to attend. And she was really excited about submitting this article because the COABE Journal is a well-respected publication in the field of adult ed, and she really wanted to share her insight from the adult learner perspective. So throughout the interview, we'll kind of throw in some of the things that she really wanted to highlight. As a faculty member, I want to say that I was really drawn to submit this article because I think it's really important to share our successes, especially when those successes involve so much work and planning, and they involve so many essential partners. So this project involved adult learners, faculty, administration, and the college as a whole.
And the reason why I joined in with Erin on this adventure is that my goal as an administrator is always to promote practices that engage students. And this particular learning community, this Novation project, really engaged the students in a meaningful learning experience that helped them to develop their basic skills in a real world environment. And I thought this was very important to share with others.
Great, thank you so much, and I agree. Having read the article numerous times, really do appreciate learning so much about the program. And so, let me ask you this: how do you envision adult education practitioners benefiting from this article, and subsequently, how do you envision that benefiting their learners?
Well, I strongly believe that learner leadership and contextualized instruction are really essential components of impactful programs. And this project that we wrote about incorporates both. And so by integrating this into programs, it ultimately benefits learners because it provides learners with a platform to use their voice and to gain essential employability skills and their English language skills in a contextualized real world application where they're actually serving and doing good through their studies and through their practice.
Well, and I'm hoping that practitioners will be inspired by this article, that they will want to learn more about the learning community model and how it can help our language learners to gain the confidence that they need in order to succeed in further learning and further experiences. I also hope that they will look at service learning as a model, because this was very inspirational to me. It improved students' self-efficacy. They were going out, they were getting information, they were interacting with the community. And it's just a wonderful, both of these are wonderful models. And by putting them together, I felt like our students really found themselves. They became confident. They became leaders. they became able to meet the next challenge.
Great, thank you. And you know, this next question is somewhat related to the first, but then is a little bit different as well. And I'm wondering, ultimately, what do you hope that the readers will take away from your article?
For me, I think the acknowledging that making these changes doesn't happen all at once. You know, it is a kind of a robust model to build. So really taking those first steps, though, is essential. So gathering a team, beginning to plan, and then just reinforcing that even though from a faculty perspective, it certainly felt like more work. Many times it felt like building the plane while flying it, which I believe we said in the article, but it has paid dividends just in the amount of focus it's brought to our adult education program from college leaders, from the community, and of course, that student benefit. And speaking of the student benefit, I want to read a quote that Justyna provided to us from the adult learner perspective. And Justyna says, quote, "I hope this article will help other educators who work with adult learners like me to better understand their students and continue to work with them, continually improving their way of teaching by including students in their work and sometimes making them lead by giving them a voice." End quote.
And we'd also like to emphasize that, programs like this require communication. You have to communicate with others in your department. You have to communicate with other people in your college. You have to communicate with others in your community. And this is a great experience for all of us, not just our students. This is a good exercise for all of us. And the fact that we have to collaborate together in order to make this work, and all of these individuals were willing to make this commitment to this program, all of those were important factors. And I just have to say, while it does take time and it does take planning and it does take a lot of conversations, the results are so much worth it, because the students, when they came out of this project and they were presenting to other administrators, I had this great sense of pride because they accomplished this. This was about them. It wasn't about us. It wasn't about a test. It was about them using language in the real world.
Great. Yeah, thank you for sharing that. And I agree. I think there are a lot of takeaways for sure. And what a great model. So just to kind of wrap things up, do you have any additional comments that you would like to share with our viewers?
I think for me, I would just note just how effective it has been, and that the graduates from this service learning or community engaged learning project over its various semesters have gone on to be speakers at our transition events. They have served as advocates within our local communities. And sometimes, there are questions of, well, how do we build student voice? How do we elevate that learner leadership? And I think that this is a great example of a way that it can really be infused within the curriculum and become part of the culture within a program.
And I just want to add that, our students want to make a difference in their lives. They want to make a difference in their communities. And this model allows them to do both. They were able to give advice to community organizations that was valuable to the community organizations. And again, building that confidence. And I really think it is up to us as adult educators to provide our students with this opportunity.
Well, thank you so much for sharing about the project in the COABE Journal. I found it really interesting, looking at the outcomes as well. That portion of the article was very interesting, and I definitely encourage our readers not only to read the entire article, but to check that out as well. Again, the title of the article is "Student Leadership Through Community Engaged Learning: The Novation Project," and it is an article that is featured in the current edition of the COABE Journal, which is "Programs Succeed When Learners Lead." focusing on student leadership projects and initiatives. So if you'd like to download a copy of the journal, you can go to coabe.org. Look at the COABE journal link there, and where you can find this journal, individual articles, and even previous editions of the COABE journal. So Marcia and Erin, thank you so much. Thank you also for voicing some of the points that Justyna wanted to share with our audience as well. We appreciate your contribution to the COABE journal, and to our viewers, we look forward to seeing you again in the near future. Thank you so much, and be well.